Alright, folks, here we are. What?
Recording back on?
Recording's on, but why is... There we go, that's... Like, why is it not showing up on my OBS yet? Alrighty then. Okay, I need to pull up... Astral Quests. Ah, I forgot to change my server. My data center. Change world to Brynhildr.
Yeah, I got it right.
Alright, I'm hoping we can get to the next battle, because that would be that's one hell of a battle. I enjoy this game. Nod. I still think you need more DBD. Nod. Back to work. Great stream. Nod. Frodo. Nods. Guess what? Nods. DBD. Nods. Got a little on my nerves at times. Nods. Need a different game. Nod. If you're wondering what we're talking about, in this game, a lot of times there's a lot of unspoken agreements where you see the characters just nod their heads. So, please, do not ever make a drinking game of how many times somebody nods. Ever. You shall die if you do. Ah, good. Glad you like it. All right. So we need to go to White Brim Front. Let me check something. Yeah, I'm using my 130 gear. Using 110 gear, 90 gear. Okay, doing okay. Not a problem. And thank you very much there, Lynx. Alright. I'm not sure if I will actually be able to get to a dungeon before it's time for stream end. I don't know. Because we're talking 8 quests. It's quite possible. Yeah, Alpha Node's inside. And yes, I am not on my... not on a chocobo. I was on a fatter cat. There she is, and nonetheless worse for wear. Was there any ever doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for all of us when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life, an outcome worthy of celebration. Garuda! Nice! And one for which we have Alvinae to thank. Well, you mean the end of the Umbral era quests. Then you have the 80 Astral era quests. Afterwards, which we're in those. Let's see here. Yes, you are right. Of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. There is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drillmont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that, I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House Fortom's caravan? Less the crystals which comprise the bulk of their shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. On an unrelated note, Alvane, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart, and took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I am told. Shrug. My men give vent to their anxieties in a myriad of ways. Pray do not think less of him. Yeah, Extreme Garuda is nasty. Extreme anything is nasty. Yes. Alright, we're going on the granny. Well, she still exists. Okay. We turned the wrong direction. Oops.
Internal GPS is miscalibrated.
Apparently it was. But we get to listen to more better music, and we get to look at one of the best mounts of the game. One of, mind you. There are many others. Though the best mount is the Fat Cat, especially when a Mikote is riding it. Because what better than having a fatter cat ridden by a cat girl? Any tips on how to tank well? Don't die? I don't know Dark Knight very well. As a paladin, for the most part, Dark Knight has the same thing Iron Will is. You want that up at all times when you're in a group. You want to be pretty much using your AoEs and your special abilities that you get as you level up. The ones that use your mana and things like that. Also, make sure your gear's in good shape. What were you thinking, Alvane? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual summoning Shiva anyway? And then engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the fury, Alvane! 'Tis the stuff of ballads! A ballad for the ages! Would that I had been there to fight by your side! Yet here I was, forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But here you are now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Emmerich wished to have words with you and Master Alphino in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. Nod. He uses mana early on, but he regains it fast enough at that point because some of his abilities that he has drain mana from other from the NPCs. Greetings, madam. I shall show you in at once. Proceed to the intercessory? Yes. Yes. I don't
On
know if they...
behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks.
I don't know if they actually have a free cast. I can't remember.
Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment. Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy.
Uh-oh.
You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
Big question is that the buffs that give damage reduction and such have a large cooldown, so it's best to save those when you know. Pretty much, you got, again, as a tank, you have to keep in mind what you're doing. Unlike other MMOs, tanking here is a lot different. A lot of times you don't use. I'll show after this cutscene. I'll show you more. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a minute.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Uh-huh.
Choose your next words carefully.
Oh boy, she's feisty.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am. Now, why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget. One born of necessity.
Oh?
The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance.
Pet every Lalafell you see.
Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
See, the thing is, Lynx, this is what you forgot there. It's not just do it now. It's do it now. It's do eat. DOOEET. Do it.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you.
Alrighty then.
Which reminds me, Lord Orchafon, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
No.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Du hast mich. Okay, so Lynx, this one right here, Reprisal, reduces damage dealt by nearby enemies by 10%. It's not as good as reducing damage taken by 20%, but this is to everything nearby. So when the only time you'd use this is, I mean, you would use it in conjunction with this in most instances, but this you would use when there's a lot of enemies there, so that way you reduce the amount of damage coming through, and you can then bolster it by doing this. This is a 90-second. This is a 60-second recast. Let's see here. With the Paladin, Hollowed Ground renders you impervious to most attacks. That's 10 seconds, but it's a 420-second recast. It's one of the reasons why Paladins are called the Undying here. I don't know if it actually stacks or not, because this actually goes on the mobs, and this goes on you. So that's why I think it does stack. So the mob is putting out 10% less, and then you take 20% less. So I think it does. And this one here reduces damage taken by 30% for 15 seconds. And it's got 120 seconds. So it's actually... I actually have them... let me change this up a little bit. Damn it! I didn't mean to do that. I'd use both of them. What the hell? Alrighty then. But again, if you were in the in a fight with a single NPC, you may not use this one here, but only this one. Now, I'm pretty sure this one and this one will not stack. Oh no, this one and this one won't stack. The other one is make sure you have your interrupts ready to go. Oh, that's actually a good thing. Let's swap them. Here we go. Have your interrupts ready to go, like the low blow kick and things like that. That way you have everything out. All right. And there are some things that are people don't realize. Like, for instance, in Hawk Manor, you have the mate, all those maidens in there. You can kick them, the handmaidens. You can kick them when they're doing their AoE. You can kick even the boss when she's doing an AoE. You can kick the skeleton that does an AoE downstairs and things like that. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat, and if our approach to it to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Yeah, the Living Dead buff is an interesting one. I haven't actually played with it. Like I said, I'm thinking that I will transform her into a Dark Knight when she gets to Ishgard. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Avalone. It is better that we continue this conversation in Mordano. Okay, Lynx, at the time when when Heavensward was released, the max level at that point in time before the level increase was 50. So they started them at 30 to let them learn their role, learn the role again. Learn the role because they play Dark Knights, Machinists, and Astrologians play differently than their counterparts. Paladins, because Dark Knight's AoE, I would say Paladin's their closest one. Then you have the Archer Bard for the Machinist, and you have the White Mage for the Astrologian. They play differently, but similar. So they gave you some extra oomph to learn the class again. And so that's 30 levels to do that. When Stormblood came out, the Samurai was set at 50, and Stormblood's max level was 70. So it was 20 away from the max level of the expansion, instead of 20 away from the base level. Just go back to low level after reaching a high. Yeah, but again, remember, you can. The one thing you don't have in other MMOs is the fact that one character can be multiple classes. All right, so we need to go back to the Rising Stones. No, we don't want to do that. Go all the way back here. And again, you might be 60, and if it puts you in at 60, what are they going to do? They have to script it for a certain level. Even if they put you in at 50, you're not going to learn the class until you've done several dungeons and things like that to see how the class works. So I can see where it looks and feels off, but it's understandable. Alright, we're going into the solar for this one. Yeah, well, honestly, the closest you could actually easily put yourself back into Kurthus Highlands, which is the level 30s mid 30s to mid 40s, so it's not too far from it.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthus, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once. Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoix's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogglmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Bonus experience.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it.
So, say you were level 60 Paladin, or Dark Knight, or whatever, and you decided to become a level 1 Archer. You could do the hunting logs to gain that extra experience that while you were waiting between dungeons and things like that. I think they did away with that because it just really wasn't viable. Especially when jobs were starting at level 30. I think that's why they didn't continue it.
Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well. If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals.
And at the beginning, if you remember, at the beginning of the fight, the Shiva fight, she started saying something, and you saw the character start to get a headache, but didn't actually get a flashback. And also, when Leviathan was being summoned and things like that, you also had the same feeling when the Sahagin elder or priest or whatever you want to call him called up the magic and quote unquote became transcended and became truly immortal, but later on got absorbed by Leviathan. But you could feel they felt it too. Also, question is, Shiva primal or the term primal separate from the crystal summoning of power? Lynx, that's what they're talking about here. They're saying everything that they can monitor shows the same readings as a primal. Now, what that means to them is that if you summon it into somebody's body or just into being, maybe you don't need as many crystals or something, but you still get the same type of readings. So, honestly, I think they will find. I think they'll come to the conclusion that it is the same. It is a primal still.
Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth.
No. Perhaps there's an inherent limitation of primal summon like that.
Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard-Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Just in case anybody watching this is wondering, Midgard-Sormr is another name for the world serpent in Norse mythology, which does appear in many of the Final Fantasy lores and previous ones, both either as a dragon or something else. And the other name for Midgard-Sormr is Jorgamont. I mean to scour the annals of the knowledge of Midgard-Sormr. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. So for DPS, going to be Sam Dancer. Okay. Did you hear that? The commotion outside? Would you see if aught is amiss? Alright, what's going on? reason Royale. Alvanay, 'tis well that you are on hand. We have a problem. Royale has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Royale quitting the city via the Gate of Nald, with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for Castrum Meridianum. I am certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbert and the First are hot upon Royale's heels. Pray, make haste to Camp Blue Frog and join the hunt. All right, we'll make haste to Camp Blue Frog. We'll teleport right there. My thanks for coming, Scion. I have spoken with the soldiers here. They say Royale walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Raban's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her, and so here we are. Royale must not be allowed to reach Castle Meridianum. Aye, that's a good idea. Whoops, I missed him. Alright, level sync to level 50. Let's go, we gotta fight. This wretch was with Royale. He threw himself at us so that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down, not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own, the god's damn harpy. With me, Scion, we almost have her. Nod. Come here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, you guys aren't going to be doing too hot here. Yeah, come on. Come on. Okay. Got him off of Ilbert. That should allow me to get him, keep him alive. There is a lot of enemies on this one. Okay. Come on. Whew. Duty complete. Pant. Bind her and do it tight. Yes, sir. Good work, man. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of low? You, spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think your God's given right to rule over others. You know naught of our plight, the injustice that we low-born-ish guardians must endure. To noble lords and ladies, we are not people but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to survive, stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It is no fault of mine if fools imagine me a paragon when I joined the flames. To hear you tell it, one would think that you the only person ever to have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Raban himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet we never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others of their fortune. We accepted the hand that we had been dealt, and played it for the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, We took it on in the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different then? 'Tis true we were both mercenaries of lowly birth, and 'tis true that we both had our fair shares of struggle. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, sold out your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. Really? But enough talk. You will return to Ul'dah to face justice, and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. Cadet, no spoilers. There are some in this channel that have not seen this. And folks, if you have any questions about Final Fantasy XIV, I'm more than happy to talk about them and see what it is. Yeah, I know. When you go back through it, you see a lot of things that you... Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that the sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Raban chose his. Level 110 weapons coffer. I have 130.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business. No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Raban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
No joy. Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Raban, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. But I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and apprise Manphilia of all that has happened. I am aware that the antecedent had held Royale in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Alright. Extract materia. Oh yeah. It's great when games actually do take into account a whole lot of things, plus throw curveballs at you. Always great. There it is. All right.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alfino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say. Together with Robon, Eline lent us much-needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then.
Well, considering she was dealing with the Garleans, who despise the primal threat, yeah, I could see that.
But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white Eorzea, the miraculous material that will allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to Eorzea's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
I like
It is our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
With blah blah brea. Oof.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had two pieces of white Eorzea? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
Oop.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
It would seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the Eorzea. And I could do with some help. Eorzea, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Uh-oh.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least.
Yes, she's Rojigan.
According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not with the Isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
Oh boy.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Interesting. Let us cling together. We get Dreams of Ice with that. Good intentions start.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Okay.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the
crap.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone.
Oh my.
In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Boris Zos Galvus.
Oh, okay.
So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, She sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea.
Oh boy.
In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
7 hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, actually.
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, why you must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Hua Yu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
Kind of. Link, you might remember that Gaius was in line for the throne. So by acting on his own, he was showing he had the right aspect. If he had done what he would and brought Eorzea to its heel, to its heels, and brought it under Garlemald's auspices, more than likely he would have been given the emperorship. They kind of mentioned that before.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Hua Yu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monetarist scum! Your crimes will not go unpunished! Today I will purge this land of your sickness! Before the eyes of the 12, I swear it!
Hey, witchy woman, how you doing? It's a Moogle and a Chocobo hatchling.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
They both are.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cardinal Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents.
Oh
This
boy.
would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away.
They'll be fine. You know, you could have kept a couple out. You can still go back and get one or two tomorrow.
Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Ul'dah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Interesting.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here.
Okay.
When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably
like
ensue.
that?
Say what?
How did they just show up like that?
What, huh?
The two other in the room with her.
They were there before.
Okay, it kind of looked like the room was empty besides hers.
Okay, it didn't show you the table as it panned around the room.
Okay.
And
So then I just made the assumption that it was empty.
yeah, but when she started, after she dismissed the servant, that's when they were there. She was talking to them.
As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name.
Uh-huh.
Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Okay. That, my friends, is the end of patch 2.4. We have 8 quests in 2.5 and then 16 quests in 2.55 before we go into Ishgard. It is now 10 p.m. This means we'll probably get to at least the first battle. Maybe even the second one. I am most eager to address the Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, some days I wonder if it's wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, Antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Alvone, in particular, is ever a steadying hand who I trust will continue to support the Braves. Nod. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of their highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Telegi Adelegi and his monitor's ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Roban needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Ul'dah, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Moonbreeder's research is proceeding as planned? So she tells me, though I'm not familiar with the details. Eorzea is poring over his tomes at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Alvone, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphino and his braves with theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot, as ever I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riel's last report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Ul'dah's riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. You've asked a lot of favors, Alphino. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. Pleasure as always, Alvine. You'll be escorting the commander to Ul'dah, I take it? Actually, I have another task in mind for her. If you'll be so kind to repeat your report for her benefit? Right then. Me and mine have been making inquiries into the source of the weapons that found their ways into the refugees' hands a ways back. So happens we caught wind of something promising, a rather large purchase of sharp and pointing things by a black marketeer holed up near Highbridge. I doubt that this man would have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer his transaction remain secret. Been doing some work, plus she's... Links, it depends on what you want to do. The most challenging will be Scholar. The easiest would be White Mage. Astrologian is somewhere in between. Brings to mind the merchant that caught the arrow while talking to Alvine, don't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods. Savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Alvine? Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilberd at Highbridge and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you would excuse me, I must leave for Ul'dah. I expect good tidings. Well, there are two types of heals in this game. One is called barrier healing, and one is called basically healing. You have the basic healing with the Astrologian and the White Mage, and you have the barrier healing as the Scholar. Scholars will put a barrier around them, and that will allow people to heal up because they're not taking damage. Astrologian and White Mage pretty much just heal straight up, though Astrologian throws in a few more things. Okay, let me take a step outside. Oh, we got a couple 100,000 to go. Want to do Astrologian, but I am afraid of doing dungeons as a healer. It's actually, as long as you have a tank that's actually working their tank buff and all that, you're the heals are very easily done, especially as a white mage. Yes. All right, folks, I'm going to go AFK here. I need to take a real quick break, so I won't be more than 2 minutes or so. Please don't go anywhere. We'll go and continue more on our quest. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Go to High Bridge. That is in Camp Drybone. Eastern Thin Land. Let's see what's going on here. I still want one of those lions. I tend to agree, but the one big curve that Astro really doesn't have is no, it's just I haven't been to research what I think it comes out of Amdapur. Probably extreme. But Astro, the biggest problem about Scholar is learning when to shield and how to shield. Because you can put a tiny shield on somebody and it's not going to really do any good. So you got to learn what to do and how to do it. So yeah, I mean, I agree. Astrologian does have a lot to catch. You do have a lot to catch like that. Alvine. My scouts have been keeping a close eye on the Black Marketeer, and it would seem that his guests have arrived. Very nasty weather of them to be meeting and things like this, but you know what? It's a good cover. Alright, not a problem. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a woman of your standing, and Commander Lair needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men ever have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found one in you, 'tis only natural that he would come to rely on you without hesitation. Bait and switch. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure the clients do not escape. With me, Alvine. So I'm going to show you guys the normal way to get into the burning wall. Through here. The other way is to go up and over. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the Black Marketeers unawares. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Hi. Who goes there? An adventurer? Damned fool, you should never have come here. Yeah. Shall I count the ways that I should never have come here? So that's 5 ways. There's 6, 7, 8, 9 ways. Yeah, and again, oh, hello. 10 ways. 11. 12. 13. 14. 14 ways. Oh. 15. We got 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. I think you guys overdid it a little. Yeah, links. Also remember, many MMOs and even in 2013 did not have too much of a map system. I mean, it was starting to be more and more prevalent, but it was still not very detail oriented, things like that. So they changed up in 2015 as they saw, hey, people can be pushed to explore certain areas just to open up the maps. Yeah, it is. And especially in 2015, when they brought that out, they were probably seeing that in between 2010 and 2015. They just didn't have time to put it in to the remake. Alright, so where do we need to go? We need to go straight ahead. Not that straight ahead. I mean, they saw it with Star Wars: The Old Republic, where that did the reveal, get experience by reveal, and so on and so forth. What? I don't understand. What's this all about? Gah! Really, Oberd? You had to kill him? As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out. But before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. Where's your subordinate, then? How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Lair will be most disappointed. You're right, he will be. Damn it all, a golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though we knew not how, they slipped past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of dusk-white sellswords we suspect may be them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the Immortal Flames or the Brass Blades. Alas, we're here to aid them. No, they're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we have secured the weapons. Yet even that accomplishment is lacking. For information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but. Okay. I will join the first in their hunt for the Duskwhite sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I ask that you deliver these weapons to Ul'dah in my stead. Entrust them to the third Eorzea. He will take care of the rest. Alright, let's go ahead and go to Ul'dah. Okay, where is this? Best to go to Sapphire Avenue Exchange. There we go. Okay. One of the things that I really think they have done well in this game compared to other games is the fact that the cities are kept bustling, even without the players in it. There is a lot of NPCs. It makes it feel like there is a real city there. No half-empty streets, unless it's supposed to be like this, the back alley. Here we're going into the palace. Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friend of the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Kurthus. Now, what brings you to us this day? Here, you little potato. A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeer, courtesy of Captain Ilbert, you say? Understood. Once we've cataloged the contents, I'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Rael stated with confidence that there would be a far greater quantity of weaponry. A blatant falsehood. Clearly, Rael is unfamiliar with the ways of Uldan merchants who ever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. We should be thankful that this information was not completely erroneous and that we managed to achieve anything worth of all. Still, it's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the Ceruleum processing plant. Time for the Fourth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, Alian, for the freedom of all. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the Immortal Flames will hear of your contribution until we meet again. Alvane, a word if it please ye. Nod. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time. Don't you worry. Alright, so we go back the way we came. Alright, so this is really a back alley. You'll notice there's beggars and people that aren't doing much of anything. And then you go here, minus the hopper here, and you see marketplaces, things like that. And then you got a gathering of people in a square. And, it's just a lot of it here. Now, right now, there is not a lot of people here, but still. When you have the PCs in force, the players, this place, sometimes you cannot see people. Thanks for indulging me request. Few places better than a market for privacy. I find all the hustle and bustle of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. At the Burning Wall, when you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. That's not quite how the first sold it. These dusk whites they were chasing. Latest word is we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before the fighting started and not after? Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boasts. Our information was reliable, goddamn it. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started. Believe me, the commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking Gil from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days, the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I've had a lot on me mind these days, and I appreciate ye lending me an ear right then. Best get back to it. Hey, Halo. Yeah. We're doing good tonight. People have come in and stayed. I am very appreciative of that. Alvane, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you are able. Oh, why, thank you, Lynx. I appreciate the thought. I was going to do something different today. Some Batman, Telltale, and some other things. I just didn't feel up to it. And this way. Well, we're doing pretty good. How about you? At least, I'll say I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for coming so quickly, Alvane. We've got a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most, determined lady by all indications. Yeah, I didn't mention that. My back isn't doing the best after just 2 frickin' boxes. Oof. Our guest is with the antecedent, in the solar at present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? Thanks, Halo.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you.
Basically, as soon as I find a place, I've got to find a moving company and get them all set up to come in and pack the whole place up minus the electronics and move.
I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers, not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm, The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Eorzea has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragon Star portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Oh.
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard Sorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
Nod.
We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Uh-oh. Battle? My time! Forgive me if I state aught which you already know, but I would ensure that you would understand the nature of your destination. Nod. As Eorzea stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius van Belsar attempted to seize control of Mordana. So massive was his force that all thought victory was a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgard Sormer, legendary guardian of Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airships overhead. In what would later be known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's Ceruleum engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. Yet this victory came at great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into a desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing the aether for malms around. Yet the remnant of the lake remains, and at its center, a constant reminder of that fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Emeric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing at watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Nod. Be careful, my friend. We do not know what dangers await you within. Now, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to do, and precious little time to do it. Alrighty then. So now, we have to go check on the Keeper of the Lake by talking to a Doman. Alrighty then. You're in luck, miss. I was about to send word to Revenant's Toll about the Garlands. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from the Castrum Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though I cannot say for certain at this distance, I believe they may be salvaging something from the wreckage. Ugh. Castrum's supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'll wager they're desperate in need of some spare parts or other equipment. So it's true then, the Ishgardians honestly fear the worm might rise again? Well, from here, that seems rather unlikely, but if it's assurances they want, you've got no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures who inhabit the wreckage, and the aforementioned Garleans, who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrius, then climb up to the top. That's the only viable approach, I'd say. Keeper of the Lake now accessible. All right. This is a, let's see here, what is the, okay, I'm at 757, okay. This is a 4-man dungeon, so it's a relatively easy one. It is tricky, especially the final encounter. It is a beautiful encounter, though. Yeah. Let's see how long it takes me to do this. Check my inventory in the meantime. Ah, heated battle. Perfect timing. Alright, I need to find food to eat. Alright, let's see here. Direct hit rate, critical. Tenacity, that's actually pretty good. Dark Pretzel. Determination, critical. Tenacity, skill speed. Piety. Desynthesis gain. Perception. Tenacity, critical hit. Okay. So, this is one of the little problems about this game is sometimes you have to sit and wait for something for a little while. But in the meantime, I want to direct you guys to a few things. One, this is being recorded, so it will be remixed and uploaded to YouTube tonight or tomorrow. And once it's uploaded, and then it'll then be published. And I actually split up the Dead by Daylight and Final Fantasy XIV, so they're two different videos. So you don't have to watch one and then the other. You can watch both. You can watch either one or both if you want. And the YouTube, if you do ! YouTube, you can find that link right there. And you can also find some of the previous recent VODs here on Twitch, because Twitch keeps the last 60 days worth of VODs. Yeah, I have it turned on. Once I truly am going directly to YouTube easily, I may disable VODs here on Twitch. But I hope you guys are enjoying the this. I mean, to be quite honest... Oh, there it is. Here we go. Alright, we are waiting on a healer. Okay. Keeper of the Lake. All right. All right, we're all going. Alright, so our healer is new to this, so we'll take it. I'm doing my best to take it easy on him. I'm not going to pull huge, humongous pulls, because these are some nasty pulls if you pull too much. APOC! Hey, thank you very much. And everybody, APOC Weiss is also a great streamer, good friend. Go ahead, check him out if you have when you have a chance. You may find something you like. Give him a follow if you do. He plays a lot of Dead by Daylight too. Just so you know. No. Bad. Oh, bad. Did not mean to have this guy come in. Hey, big boy. Me. Ah! This may be a real quick wipe here. Yep, I'm down. Okay, here we go again. We're doing pretty good. We're dealing with life, getting by. First time for me to tank this dungeon. Let's see about pulling these a little better on the positioning. Okay, good. So far, positioning is good. I mean, I know I'm going to get this guy. There he is. But we've got, instead of dealing with the 6, we have the 2. Come on, heal me. That was a close one. Oh, I'm down. Rez? Thank you. Alright. Tank buff is on. Oh, that's something I don't have. It's that I wanted to eat. Letting me get too low on health. Ah. Okay. Okay, one of the problems that she's having is she's using Cure 3. It's an expensive spell, so it drains her mana a lot, but it doesn't actually do a lot of healing unless you're right next to them. All right. Alright, now in this battle they're going to drop canisters that need to get moved to the edge so that they're not near us when they actually explode. See those canisters now glowing? Damn, I should have shielded. Keep forgetting about my secondary abilities. And we lost our healer to those explosions. I'm not going to use my cooldowns. We're nowhere near killing this guy. Well, we might. Nope. Now we won't. Okay. Looks like I'm the resident expert on this dungeon. And I'm not totally the best. Okay. No, it isn't too bad unless people don't know how to do it. The hardest fight in this is the final boss of this, which is, but it's spectacular. The most annoying fight is the one with the one that ignores aggro. All right, we're here. Yeah, that big gunship that ignores aggro. Ugh. Alright, I gotta stop taking that one. Out of the way of those barrels. Oh good, it's only gonna get one, really. Keep forgetting about that. Oh, crap. Crap, 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 crap. Alright, we lost. Didn't lose the healer, though. That's all that matters. We're doing okay. Oh, crap! But we're doing okay still. We might make it through this. Gotta get out of that area. Oh crap! I gotta get out of that area too. Alright, that was a good shot. Oh, both of our... Oh, it's just me and the healer. That's why it's going so slow. Oh, crap! Those are going to explode. Well, it got away from his flamethrower attack by running away from the big bomb. We got this one. Barely, but we got this one. Woo! Okay, let me move this here. Let's see here, what's in this? How many seals do I have? 22. I'll grade it. Okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we're having to teach the healer how to play. How to be a healer. It happens. Especially in this. No, you guys are Why are you... Let me control this! Oh, this is not going good. Yeah, that's right, big boy. Come here. Okay, I'm going to have to make sure that they realize if they aggro something, bring it to me. Huh. Didn't expect to actually have to teach. I'm not the best tank. Okay. Yeah, give me all the aggro. That's me. Once we actually start fighting as a good, instead of being disparate portions, we have a solid group right here. One close in DPS, the tank, and the summoner for spells and his pets with the white mage heal. White mage is a solid healer. Oh, no. Pick the key up. I forgot about the key. Let me pull. Oh, great. This guy is bad. Come on in. All right. Yeah, nice try. Oh, crap. This flamethrower got me even after I got a... I hate this. Yeah, I think they're seeing it now. I think they're seeing how I can actually, that hurt. See, he ignores aggro like hell. Okay, another thing about this, do not release. You cannot get back into the fight. Defensive. Healer's down. We're gonna have to repeat this fight. Well, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's see here. Determination, hit rate. The casting, never mind. I'm passing on all of these. Okay. Yeah, that one is a pain in the butt, but it's not a bad fight. Especially if you have a healer and, stop pulling! You wiped us. Please, let me pull. I mean, I don't have... I mean, we were all beginners at this game at some point in time. And I'm still a beginner at tanking. They're a beginner at this dungeon. They haven't fought it before. It's not easy. Stop! Okay, come on. Thank you for letting me run, be the vanguard on this. You see, now I have control of where these guys go. And that's the whole point of being a tank. They can stay behind and fire at these guys, and the healer only has to heal me. Stop it, you're doing it again. Thank you. But again, now I have control of it, and the healer only has to concentrate on me and herself, unless the other guys get injured, which does happen. Okay, this is the big one.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet?
In the bubble.
Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Alright, so we start with the big guy. Watch out, line AoEs. We're going to wipe on this a couple times here, guys. It's a beautiful fight. Well orchestrated. Okay, probably gonna wipe. Yep, we're going to wipe because I can't get him down in time. Yep, there it is. No way I can get it down and activated in time. I mean, I do not mind teaching and working with them and going as much as I need to get this done. I didn't think I'd get much past this anyway, to be honest, on stream. Alright, Apoc, thanks very much. I'm sorry I didn't see that. And if you notice, the patterns are in a standard there's a standard pattern for this. A very big standard pattern. One that carries a device. Let me actually eat some more food here. Let's go. Big one. Split line. Dragon up. Yep, get out of the blue. Yeah, good job, good job. Oh, we're doing good this time. Oh, get out of the yellow. Out of the yellow. Out of the blue. I wish they could be hearing me. Yellow. We're doing good here. Yellows. Oh yeah, we're actually doing really good here. Bird, bird, bird. All right, let's keep working it. Okay, let's... Oh, please don't tell me Fat is gone AFK. Okay, no, he's up. Good, 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 good. All right, let's do it and beat it. Get off the yellow. Get that dragon under my control. Come here. Yeah, you. Yeah, me. I'm your play toy now. Come here. Or should I say, you're mine. Come on. Opal's going to get hit. There we go. We're doing okay. Doing better. Ares needs to get out of the area, out of the range a little quicker. Oh, ouch. Yes! Get back in, get back in. Now, out, 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 out. Doing it. It just takes time to learn the encounter. Woo! Where's my heals? Please heal me. Let's just pop that, just to give it a little extra boost. Oh, crap! I'm going to get hit. No, I'm not. Woo! That was close. I forgot about that. Okay. I know somebody else that uses the name Opal, so I was like, is that her? Because she also runs a bunny, and she's on the Crystal Data Center. Yes, buns. Is Fat DC'd? We got 37 minutes to finish this. He's offline. I hate to replace him because he did really well. Honestly, though, we'll probably get somebody. We might get somebody more experienced in it. Okay, good. He got dismissed. Now we need to add another melee. Melee is a dime a dozen in this. So we'll get somebody quickly. Oh, we got a dancer. All right. All right. Let's go. Got you, dragon. You're mine. Gotta watch his movements better. Alright, we're doing good. Bird, bird, bird. Good, they both found it. Now, activate. Yes. Nice. Now away. Oh yeah, this is going so much better. I hate to say it, I personally think that Dancer DPS even rivals that of Summoner and other things. Ow! Nothing I could do. Gotta get out of the blue. Run like hell. Alright, get out. Oh, I'm going to get hit. That means I'm going to get hit by that too. Ouch. Okay. This is one hell of a fight, especially with new people. Melee DPS in this fight is also a pain in the butt. Trust me, I was a ninja when I went through this. All right. Wait till our healer gets here. Some hydrate, I can do that. I got a little bit of water left. Thank you very much. It makes your spell instant cast. Let's go. Oh, he started out there. Hey, me, come here. Oh, I know what happened to my food before. Good, they're on it. Yes! Yes! Not there yet. Not yet. this is going to be tight. That was a tight corner. Oh, I gotta get out of this. Oh, she's going to get hit by a big one. Oh, damn. This is not going to be good. We almost had it. Yes! Woo! Oh no, did I cut? No. No, I think it's after I do this, yeah. Ah, yeah, that was wild. That fight took me ages to learn, and I just learned that fight as a tank in one shot. Oh, Nope, there's nobody here. Alright. Cutscene, and please, guys, don't go anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and make a raid. Don't know exactly who I'll raid just yet. But this is a big cutscene.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star.
I love the voice.
My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. Seven children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end.
Uh-oh.
Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen.
Uh-oh.
Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
What's that? Wait a minute here. What? Okay, well, the crystals are still there. They're just dark.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
Oh, boy.
The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp.
Yes.
I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice.
Interesting.
The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
Interesting. Okay, there's one more cutscene. I can wait until the next time. I can start say at 8 p.m. Not this coming Tuesday, but the next Tuesday, and start with that. Say 8 at 8:15 and be on stream at 8 p.m. Ugh, excuse me. To give you guys a chance to get in here, or I can continue and do that cutscene now. Your choice. I can summon Midgard Stormer by selecting the corresponding entry within your minion guide under character in the main menu. Minion. There he is. So, guys, it's up to you. Next time? Anybody else? Okay. So that's technically a vote for next time right now. Is there anyone else active in chat? All right, so we will do it next time. Bear with me. I'm going to teleport back. While I'm doing that, I'm not going to go do anything because you have to talk to him first. Let me take a look at who's on. See if there's anybody that's good to raid. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and shut down here on this character, and I'm going to go elsewhere and do things myself. But not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, we will start with the Doman shortly. I'll probably start with the Doman right around 8 o'clock just to get the ball rolling and be in position. And about 8:15, I'll start that cutscene. So please be here. That's 8:15 p.m. Eastern. I'm on Eastern time frame. And we'll go through it. As you can see, this game, if you're not totally familiar with it, this game is just beautiful with the way it is done. So I want to say, before I do anything and send us on a raid, I want to say to the following. Farron, thank you very much for your raid. I appreciate it, and I love them all. I hope that they all had a great time. Also, Dusk Mist, Little Potato Queen 13, Mild Time, thank you very much for your follows. I do appreciate those. You all are why I do this. I stream because I want to have fun. I want to share my fun with you guys. So I try to share with you as much as it is. The next stream that we will have is Dragon Age at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. We just barely started our run in Dragon Age. We have actually gotten to the point where we're going to Lothering. So be there. I hope that you guys will be there, I should say. And you guys, I'm going to take us to a friend of the stream by the name of Bad Blight. We've rated him before. He's playing some Marvel's Avenger, and he's fun to talk with and enjoy. So please, if you like what you see, give him a follow. But please, when you go in, call out Lair Raid. Use any emotes that you have. If you have any my channel emotes, by all means, go ahead and use them. Go fun. Oh, hey, Mr. Dexter, how you doing? Welcome back. Did you watch? So, let's do raid. Not 2Ds. Bad Blight. And again, everyone, I want to say thank you very much for watching, lurking, chatting. You guys have made it a blast tonight. Thank you for bearing with me and understanding that I'm there are things that are in flux, so in that way I'm not so upset. I shouldn't say upset, but there. Next Tuesday, the next time we do this, we should be able to finish all the rest of these A Realm Reborn Astral Quest, the post vanilla quest. We should be able to finish them all and start on the next time we do after that. Final Fantasy, start with the trailer for Heavensward and start in with Heavensward. So, all right, raid is going to happen here. Thank you all. I say good night. Stay safe. Have a great weekend coming up. Here we go. Raiding now.